Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is technically my first YouTube video. That's not just a TikTok upload or, whatever. But as Muslims, we all have those topics which we feel like we can talk about forever and ever and ever, like ending forever and ever. And we feel like we can write essays and essays on. And I want to use this to talk about mine. And that's the modern liberal Western trap. The modern Western liberal trap of the individualization, the individualism trap, and how the lack of awareness or the lack of attention to communal effects and societal effects of actions. You know, the harm principle, for example, John Stuart Mill obviously created it, or he popularized it, that, as long as somebody does something which doesn't harm other people, they should be allowed to do what they want. Now, at first thought, a lot of you would think, yeah, what's wrong with that? But Islamically, let me explain. Think about it like this. Imagine the first woman to ever do zina. She never did that zina. Now, let's say there's a woman in a haram relationship already, yeah? But of course, they're not willing to get to the stage of zina. If this is unheard of and she doesn't want to do zina herself, she doesn't want to do zina with a person before marriage, and she's never heard of anybody doing zina, or this is not normalized in the Muslim community, if he now proposes or even suggests the idea of zina, how is she going to react? She's going to be disgusted. She's not even going to entertain it. She's going to be like, what? She's not even going to entertain it at all. She'll be shocked. That'd be grounds for maybe even never speaking to him again. But now, let me give you the same scenario. But now imagine that so much of the Muslim community has already done zina. She knows of so many other people having done zina. And this man also knows that so many Muslim women do zina. Like, there's so many others you can find. They will do zina and they'll do this. Now, if this woman in a haram relationship, she initially doesn't want to do zina, but she feels like to keep him, she has to please him. She feels like she has to compromise, because these are the compromises they feel like they have to make now. You know, doing zina, this is not something she wants to do, but she understands, okay, clearly it's normal, everybody's doing it. You know, I don't want him to leave me, this, that. And then she ends up doing it. Now, what you might have thought was just an individualistic thing, which is some other person doing zina, look at how it affects the whole society. This isn't just for the woman. Of course, the woman was harmed here, and the man did a lot of wrong. It's the same with the man. If it wasn't normalized that men do zina, then this man wouldn't have the courage or he wouldn't think, you know what, it's fine, let me try do zina. He'd feel embarrassed himself, he'd feel ashamed himself, like, what am I doing? He'll take it more seriously. And this is for so many topics. I mentioned zina first because it's gender neutral, but now let's go to the genders. Actually, we'll go to haram relationship first. Imagine, think about if a sister now wanted to go to a guy and she wanted to tell him, listen, I don't want to do anything haram, but I want to get to know you. Can you come to speak to my father, or come to speak to my mahram? Come with me, or come to a meeting with me and my father there, and we can talk, we can get to know each other. We can figure out our compatibility, we can do all this stuff. Now imagine the same thing happened today. Genuinely imagine that happening today. A sister telling a guy, listen, she's never done any haram talking on her own with him. But she says, listen, I want to get to know you. Do you want to come with my mahram present, talk to him? He'd be thinking, Ajib, this is so weird. Why would I do this? There's too much pressure. This is too dangerous. No, I don't even know her. I need to get to know her first. You need to get to know her. What does Islam say about this? Did the Prophet ﷺ, how much did he get to know his wives? Did he get to know them without their wali present, without the mahram present? What about the Sahaba? Did the Sahaba get to know their wives before they got married without their mahram present? No, this is not Islam. Look how, because it's been normalized, what you might have thought was just one thing, one person doing a haram relationship, let them. Let them. It's not going to impact the rest of them. Look at how it impacts every other Muslim. And it's the same, now let's go to the gender. It's the same with a woman wearing a hijab. Imagine a woman trying to wear the hijab and she wants to show her neck. Now she shows her neck. Other people start thinking, yeah, let me show my neck. They start showing their neck. All of a sudden, it's normal to show your neck. There's nothing embarrassing, there's nothing weird, nothing shameful about it. Now imagine if nobody wore the hijab and showed their neck. Everybody that wore the hijab, they covered their neck, no makeup, no nothing. Full hijab, full wrap. How many of these women that show their neck and wear makeup, how many of them would still do it? How many of them would feel embarrassed and ashamed that, This is clearly weird. I'm going to be the odd one out. I can't just go and put makeup on my hijab. I should just wear the normal hijab. How many more of them would feel comfortable wearing full wrap hijab? And I remember her sister one time as well, she was talking about. She said in the UK, it's so hard for her to wear the hijab. She said she went Saudi, and because every woman was wearing hijab, it was so easy for her. She felt so at peace. Imagine if we did that. If the whole ummah wore hijab. If we, whenever we saw somebody sinning in public, we condemned it completely. As the Prophet ﷺ, he told us in an authentic hadith, he said, by the one in whose hand is my soul, you will enjoin good and forbid evil, or a punishment will come to you. And then you will make dua and Allah, and it won't be answered. You'll make dua to Allah and it won't be answered. If you don't enjoin the good and forbid the evil, you'll be making dua to Allah and it won't even be answered. And Allah will send a punishment upon you. Is that not what's happening today? Look at Palestine, look at Gaza. Look at every other Muslim country. When the Americans and the Brits and they come in and they embarrass and humiliate us. Is this not a punishment the Prophet ﷺ was talking about? Is that not what we see outside right now? People in haram relationships, nobody says anything. People not wearing hijab properly, nobody says anything. People doing zina, nobody says anything. And then you look at all these places, all of these Muslims that have been humiliated and this punishment that's been sent upon us, and then we make dua to Allah. Do we not make dua to Allah? Allah, free them from this oppression, save them, help them. And what happens? We still see it happening. Is this not what the Prophet ﷺ told us in a hadith over 1,400 years ago? What did you expect? Was the Prophet ﷺ, even when he first received the revelation, he told the people, he said, what do you know me as? They all said, we know you as the truthful one. Forget the fact that he's swearing by Allah himself when he says this. And you guys want to doubt it, or you guys are questioning it, or this or that. Or you're surprised or you're shocked when it actually happens. And this is the same for men. Let me go to the male examples. It's the same with a man, for example, the haram relationships as well. Imagine a man telling a woman, listen, I want to get to know you with your mahram present. Can I get to know you, and then we see if we're compatible, for marriage, deen, akhlaq, everything, if you like it. How many men can say that and a woman say yes? They'll be like, no, what a weirdo, this, that. How many of them would say that? And how many of them would say, oh, of course, you know what? This is the halal way. He wants to do it halal. This was Islamic. If I want barakah in my marriage, if I want Allah to be pleased with me and give me what's good for me, I should do what pleases Him. I should do it in a way that pleases Him. But no, nobody wants to do that. If you do that today, of course there's exceptions. There's still good women and men out there. But I'm saying the vast majority, they'll think, I don't even know him. This is weird. This is uncomfortable. This is... Because the haram has been made so easy. It's so common. So accessible now. She can go to any other guy and get the haram relationship now. So how would she put herself through the pressure of anything serious? And same with the beard. How many men, you see them, they even look religious. They're wearing a thobe. They've got a thobe on. And you see they've got a goatee. They've shaved their beard almost completely and they've got a goatee. Did Allah and His Prophet command you to wear a thobe? Or did the Prophet ﷺ command you to grow your beard? Lengthen your beard. Trim the mustache and lengthen the beard. The Prophet ﷺ was reported by the Sahaba, you could see his beard from behind. That's how big it was. Abdullah ibn Umar, the Sahaba, the Prophet ﷺ, is reported when he used to trim his beard, he used to grab a fistful, and then whatever was below the fistful, he'd trim it. How many of us follow this? How many men do we see following this? How normalized is it that somebody has a goatee? To the point we even shame the one who's following the sunnah. We shame the one whose beard is too big. No, it's unclean. It's unkempt. Is this enjoining the good and forbidding the evil? Or is this what the Prophet ﷺ told us about over 1,400 years ago? My whole point with all of this is especially don't think that anything is individualistic. Islam is not an individualistic religion. When somebody sins in private, for the Muslim ummah, this is better. For the Muslim ummah as a whole, it's better because the punishment is only on them. Be in this world or in the akhirah, it's only on them. But when it's publicized, now we're all open to it. We're all open to the doors of punishment. So no matter how much you think, let people do what they want as long as it doesn't harm others. There's no such thing. Islamically, there's no such thing. Don't fall for this Western propaganda. You know how much people are influenced by society. Islam is a communal religion. Enjoying the good forbid the evil. Is that not a community thing? Is that not a communal thing? Did the Prophet ﷺ not say the right of a Muslim has upon another Muslim is that when he gives salam, he should return it? But yeah, guys, that's mainly what I wanted to talk about. It's just a topic I feel really passionate about. But yeah, guys, let me know if there's any other topics you want me to talk about. I've also got some others in mind. But I hope you guys like this. Also, give me feedback. Give me genuine feedback. What you think, better, worse. You know what I'm trying to say. And I try to speak more formally here as well because it's just serious topics I want to talk about. So I want it to be more accessible as well. I don't want to talk in slang where only certain people relate, and you know what I'm saying. So that's why I try to talk generally. But yeah, guys, let me know. Assalamu alaikum.